Hi everybody, Dave from Restless Moon Outdoors and Native American Crafts. On this solo overnighter, we're going to do a hammock camp right on the Withlacoochee River with the canoe. Alright, let's unload the canoe. Come down a slough, and this looks like a really nice spot to set up my hammock camp. That's what I think I'm going to do. Yep, I think I'm going to pull it right here. This looks really nice, nice and level, lots of trees. Should have no problem setting up my hammock. Okay, I really like this spot right here. I'm going to go ahead and pull the canoe up a little bit more, and then I'm going to get my backpack up off the ground. The ground is damp. I've already noticed the mosquitoes aren't too bad, but the ticks are pretty bad, and you gotta love those little bloodsuckers. Now it's up off the ground. Okay, I'm going to set up my hammock between this small tree here and this cypress right here. And yes, there are cypress knees in between, but they're on each end and they're away from where the center line of my hammock's going to be. That way, if I fall out, I'm not seriously injured. My feelings might be hurt. These are my tree straps to hang my hammock from. If you want to make a fortune, invest in a rubber band company, because I use a lot of them. Those and zip ties. These hammock straps do not injure your trees, although some of the tree huggers who hold a sign, a paper sign, still complain about it. Now, they don't understand you had to cut down a tree to make that stupid paper sign. I'm not damaging the trees. Silly boys. This hammock is OD green, as you can see, which is good for stealth. Hook it up to the D-loop, to the strap. On this side, do the same thing, wherever my D-loop might be. Seeing as how this is a solo overnighter, I will not have an underquilt and I will not have a pad. Now I'm going to set up my tarp, because there is rain in the forecast. Alright, and of course, as always, I got my quick deploy ridgeline that I actually custom make. My quick deploy ridge line has got a deer tine so that I am able to make my marlin spike hitch. Over here on the other end, I'm going to make a trucker's hitch. There we go. Got my press stick loops. Stretching that out. Next we'll put up the bug net. Disconnect. Run it through. Now some people might think, oh well, that's redundant, you're doing everything twice. Well, it's just the way that I do it. Makes it easier on me. You know how us old people are. And this particular bug net has actually got a ridgeline loops built right into it, which come in quite handy, which normally I have with my ridgeline on my other hammock, but I do not have a ridgeline for this hammock, not yet anyways. Like I said, this is the first time I've deployed this one. We'll see how it is. Worst case scenario, I have an uncomfortable sleep tonight. Bring it all the way through. Pinch it off. Wind's picking up. Feels good. It is probably right about 9:30 a.m., 10 o'clock, and already it's 85 degrees and it's going to get hotter. And complete. Like I said, this is my free soldier tarp. Sold as a 10 by 10, but it's actually 9 foot by 8 by 9 foot by 10, something like that. But who's counting? I'm gonna run my press stick loop through the loop of the tarp, out the other side, stick in my toggle, and pull it tight. Well, somewhat tight until I get to the other side, then it would be tight. This tarp does have built-in ridgeline loops, but then you got to thread them through like a needle, and it's just a pain in the butt. Put this loop, press stick loop through, insert my toggle, pull it tight. I drop my toggle, and nice and tight because we're expecting rain. Once again, got a piece of cordage with a simple loop tied in one end. Make a toggle, pull it through the loop of the tarp, and then we put her in the ground. Because this tree is in the way, I'm not going to go off the corner. I'm going to go off the next loop up right here, which will still give me plenty of shelter from the rain when the rain does come, and the rain is going to come. Actually, there's a, watch it making me a liar out of it, but there is a 40% chance of rain, and here in Florida, 40% might as well be 100. Okay, now I'm going to stake out the front. Putting my loop through the tarp loop, setting myself up with a toggle, and gonna stake it down. Now I can adjust the tension on each one of these lines. The loop is through the stake with a The loop is through the stake. The loop is through the stake itself. Now I'm going to go find a stick. I like to have a stick in the center to lift this up, give me some more headroom. I'll be right back. Okay, I got myself a stick about the right height that I like it, with a Y on it, so that I can run one side through the loop on the tarp, and the other side to hang a lantern or whatever I need to do. Comes in handy. As I've said before, my tie outs are run through the stakes with a taut line knot so that I can adjust the length and the tension. And once I get this through and where I want it to be, then I can make it the height that I want. Now, if you notice, although most of the time, chances are you running into your ridge line, walking into it, are pretty slim. On this particular tarp, my tie outs are simple paracord. It just happens to be these ones are multicolored camouflage, I guess you want to call it. But especially this front one, I always like to have orange so that I do not walk into it, because I am just the person to do that. So I'm going to adjust the length of this line using the taut line knot that I have already tied into it. And I'm going to stake her down. Shelter. The view outside from inside my wonderful little hammock camp. And I'm going to set out a trot line here shortly. Well, I said rain was in the forecast, and sure as anything, it's starting to sprinkle. I was looking at the water and saw a lot of alligator gar, saw some bluegill, saw some largemouth bass. They were juveniles though. A lot of turtles and a couple of small alligators. Okay, what I've done here is I've taken my number 18 braided nylon, went in my fishing kit, put on a slip sinker and a 20-inch 50-pound test nylon leader with a circle hook on the end. As you can see, wherever the hell it went. Where is it? There it is. Circle hook on the end. And I am going to use, which I'm almost out of, is a Berkeley Gulp catfish bait. Got, I think, 3 pieces left in there. This is the blood flavor. And I'm going to put it out there in the river, tie the other end off to a tree, and let it sit. Let you know how it goes. And let it fill up with water without disturbing the bottom. The less crap you get in it, the less crap it's got to filter out. Okay. The river water. You got to make sure that your O-ring is inside there. So it really sucks when that gets lost. Screw on my Sawyer squeeze. And that's ready to go. Get my water bottle. Clean, drinkable water. Back when I was younger, me and my cousin Jerry, we were hunting up in Stanahatchee, Florida, and we were coming out for the afternoon lunch, and he and I were walking across this field. He was about 40 yards in front of me, and we walked past this thicket. Now in Stanahatchee, there are wild cows. They run wild, and you're not supposed to shoot them. Jerry, he walked past this thicket, and I forget what he was carrying. I was carrying a Marlin 30-30 lever action, and I hear this noise, and I look to my left, and here's this cow, and he's coming at me. And I'm not talking about from a long ways away. I'm talking about maybe 10 feet from me in this thicket. I was walking right up against it. He come plowing, ran me over. I mean, this cow literally ran me over. And my cousin Jerry, instead of getting up right then and then and shooting, he's over there, he's laughing his ass off at me. Well, eventually Jerry shot him. The cow turned, before Jerry shot him though, he turned around and tried to come at me a second time. I'll never forget that one. That was that was a good one then. Blast from the past. Yes, it's hot. Very hot. It's boiling water, dummy. But and I will pack that out with me later. Pull out my Ziploc baggie that I use for my waste papers and put my garbage in it. Take it out. Don't leave it behind. It's still pretty damn hot though. Alright, I'm going to go check the trot line and take a look around and maybe salvage up a little bit of wood. I'll be cooking tonight's dinner. Obviously, if I don't have anything on the trot line, right here, be dehydrated. But the dehydrated meal that I'll be cooking is actually one that I made myself. I have ramen noodles. Ooh. I made my own dehydrated onion and mushrooms mix, along with dehydrated ground bison. Put that all together in one soup. It is good. We'll have more about that one later. I'm going to check my trot line. There goes a small little garfish right there. And no, my trot line is not in the same position that it was when the last time I checked it. So cross your fingers. Nope, nothing on it. Nothing on it. As you can see, I still have my blood bait. Cast him back out there. Well, checking in a little while.
Well, I said there was rain in the forecast, and here it is.
God damn it. I don't want to spill the soup on myself. thought. Okay, everybody, my ramen is done with dried mushrooms, and they're portobello mushrooms, sweet Valdalia and dried sweet Valdalia, dried portobello mushrooms, bison jerky, ramen noodles, and dehydrated Valdalia onions. Now, I don't use a seasoned packet, as I said before. The mushrooms themselves are what flavor the food. That's very good. You ought to try it. You can make it at home. Still very hot. All right, I'm going to go ahead and finish this off, and I'll see you all in the morning. Good morning, everybody. Well, I must admit, last night was not a good sleep. When I did sleep, I slept well. The key word is when I did sleep. I have never heard so many damn bullfrogs in my entire life. This place is loaded and they're loud. I did have a visitor last night. And now I'm going to check my trot line. And it doesn't look like there's anything going to be on there because all the slack is still slack. And it's no dice. Keep spilling my damn coffee. No dice. Alright, I'm going to finish my coffee, and then I'm going to roll up the trot line and pack up the camp, and then I'm heading back out. Catch you later. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to hit the like and the subscribe button, notifications bell. Have a good one until next time. Thank you for watching, and please hit the like, the subscribe, and the notifications bell, and we will see you next time.